Hello, and welcome to the Casino Tears podcast. I'm one of your hosts, 10 Ton is number one, and joining me as my co-host is the one and only Ed Robinson from Roll to Win Craps. If you want more info on our show, please visit our page at casinotears.com. On this week's show, we discuss Dice Coach Dials In, grips, rotations, regressions. We also touch on digging holes, diamonds, 3MG, handles, buy-ins, sharpshooter, team play, and energy is the enemy. I want you to sound amazing, and it's almost there if you can lift that mic a little higher.
Put it about an inch from your lips.
I can't because he's got this guardrail in the damn thing.
Yeah, you can, dude. You can lift that whole
right here.
arm
It's
up.
touching my chin.
Perfect.
Go a little higher so it's in front of your face.
Oh, you want me to talk through the screen you put on it?
Yes.
This screen here?
Yes.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yes, Bo. That looks better. If you can get that thing from stop
turn
flopping around.
Turn it.
I'm trying to get you.
Turn it
Okay.
till you're looking at that little, that little screen should be like in front of your face almost.
All right. So can you guys hear this?
Oh man, that
Yes.
sounds a lot. Ed, doesn't it sound good?
Is it?
I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock. It's 6:15. We haven't got started yet.
Hey, I'm a quarter after 6. It's 8:15.
It sounds good though, right, Ed?
It sounds good. Sounds better than the old mic.
Half the price and sounds better. It's been tested multiple times now.
I hope we're done before I have to go to Biloxi.
Dude, this might be a two-parter, dude.
I got a freaking layout sitting over here in a box that's 5 feet long. It's the ugliest fucking layout you ever seen in your life.
Table maker send it to you?
Yeah, I got to drive it down Friday.
I got a couple things to change on my felt, the center horn section. I went over and looked at Cosmos and how MGM has it. Underneath the hardways, Ed, they have the yo, ace deuce, aces, and then 12 in a row, which is nice for when you're doing a three-way craps.
All of them do it different.
Bo,
Yes, sir.
can you do me a favor and turn that little volume button on that mic a little higher to the right? I just want a little more output.
How's that?
That's good, man. Right, Ed? That sounds good.
Sexy. It's sexy.
Sexy. Jesus.
And we got so much to go over, not including all the questions. And we got to do the 3MG.
Well, we're supposed to start it at 5. It's 6:15. So here we are.
It's 8:15 where I'm at.
I know.
But Bo,
Yes, sir.
it's nice to see you. You got a new microphone.
Got a new microphone. Thanks to 10 Ton.
I'm excited about this.
What's so different about this one than the last one?
It sounds so much, much more. It's a deeper sound. It's much more. Yeah, I like it.
So everybody's happy now.
Yeah.
From a non-educated ear, you sound great.
Perfect.
So it'll be a joy to edit. Okay, so we got another Dice Coach dialing in episode, even though, Bo, we just had you as
It's a train wreck to start with.
it was a train wreck.
We had to get the executive producer out here to help
Thank
out.
God for the executive producer.
Oh my gosh. The whole clue was putting it in a different port.
Yeah.
I don't
which
know why
is-
that would make a difference.
Sometimes it makes a difference on mine.
Does it really?
make a difference? Yeah, sometimes
Okay.
it does. Yeah.
Well, obviously it does on mine too. But here we are.
My theory, Ed, is it was plugged into just one of the wrong ports. It was
All right.
It looked like a USB port, but it wasn't.
It's a USB. It's the same port I pulled out the last mic.
Really?
See, and really it thinks the computer within it does that on mine. The computer will think that the old mic goes in that one and something else. So you have to change them up. You have to scramble that computer's brain a little bit.
Sometimes they're not as
Anyway.
smart as they think they are.
Are we going to do the 3MG first, or what are we going to do?
No, it's up to you. We got a lot of questions, man.
Yeah, but we got to get to this is the last day of the freaking month, dude.
Yeah. Well, no, one more.
Let's do the 3MG, Ed. I got the list. You figure it out with Bo. All right.
All right, Bo, I'm going to roll the dice over there, and you're going to give me a number between 1 and 12.
Before you roll it,
Go ahead. Give me a number between 1 and 12.
5.
5 times 11 would be number 55.
All right. Let's see. 55. Oh, dude. All right. Let me check this out. 55. The winner. You guys know,
What are we giving away?
here's what we're giving away. Okay. We're giving away, Ed, I was thinking about this. I was thinking this is technically for July, the month of July, even though
This
for
is-
June, we gave away a July 4th mug.
This is July.
Yeah, this is for the
The
month
30th.
of July, our 3MG winner. I'm thinking about that we give them their choice of a t-shirt.
Okay.
I think that's
Perfect.
pretty good, right?
They're nice
Yep.
t-shirts. These are great shirts.
Yeah, depending. They might pick the old one. All right, so 55, The winner is a guy named, or his handle is Fluffy.
Fluffy.
Yeah.
Fluffy.
Yeah. His first name's Anthony. I could give
What's
his last name.
Yeah, give me his last name because I know an Anthony.
Anthony Sabri.
I know that guy.
You do? Did I pronounce his name right?
Yeah. Sabri.
Sabri. That's pretty sweet.
Anthony.
Anthony
Number
Sabri.
50. He wins the T-shirt. I will see him tomorrow, and I'll ask him which one he wants.
Yeah, Fluffy. That's his handle.
Yeah. Does he come to your brown water bash?
No,
Oh,
he actually works. We kind of work together in a way.
Oh, at
And
work?
he's a fan of the podcast, and he does a little
Sweet.
programming. He does a little programming for me on the side.
Oh, nice. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
He
So I
really.
picked
I
a
tell you
good- I
what.
picked a
I
good
tell you what.
number.
He really wanted those dice with the 4-leaf clover. That's why he entered.
Oh, should we just give him the dice with the 4-leaf clover then? Pair
Why
of
don't you
those?
give him the shirt and the dice.
Fuck that, dude. Come on.
Your friend Ed,
Give
man.
away so much shit all the time.
He's
Well,
like,
you're
he's
used to
like he just finished his degree and all that. I mean, he just now graduated college like in May or whatever. So yeah, whatever you want to do, I don't care.
What dice does he want?
The one with the clover.
4-leaf clover.
I got 2 of them. I got 2 different styles. We got the orange ones. Give him this. How about this, Ed? You give him a choice between the ones that have the orange with the clovers or the lime green with the clovers, which are the sanded ones, or a shirt.
Okay,
He gets to
I'll
pick.
tell.
I'll bet I'll take the one with the green.
I like
The
the
4-leaf
orange one.
clover with the green.
Those are sweet dice.
They are.
They're all sweet. All right,
Jeez, man.
I know this. That's funny. That's funny. I know that guy.
Yeah, well,
Perfect.
He gets his choice. That's pretty nice. It's like,
Yeah.
last month's winner just got a mug.
A mug. He got a mug. He got a mug with some dice in it. I thought.
I forget what I threw. Oh, yeah, I think so. It was like a little package. All right, congratulations, Fluffy.
Yeah, Fluffy. I'm gonna call him Fluffy when I see him in the morning.
Oh, you'll see him in the morning?
Yeah, I'll see him tomorrow. I'll say, hey, Fluffy.
You won some dice.
So, Bo,
Yes, sir.
we have tons of questions. I don't know if we want to jump right into it. Maybe at some point we could talk about the tournament because everyone was asking me about the tournament.
Everybody.
Maybe we should answer some questions.
Well, you could do a little of each.
Let's do it. I'm going to Patreon first, the comments in Patreon right now. Okay.
Okay. How many you got on Patreon right now?
Dude, I got a lot of questions because people emailed me as well
Okay.
and texted me. All right. This one's coming from Mile High Mike. He says, I have a
Is
question.
he from Denver?
He is.
Okay. Mile high.
I have a question about diamond walls. Most casinos have 7 rows in their walls, but some have only 5.
Correct.
The ones with 5 seem to be thicker. Does this create more randomness of the dice? Does Bo stay away from tables with 5-row diamond walls? Thanks, Mile High Mike.
Well, Cosmo has 5 diamonds, or they used to anyway, instead of 7. They're larger. I prefer the 7s. I don't like the ones with 5s because it makes the 45 and the 90 degree on the dice meshes perfectly with the 45 degree on the diamonds on the 7 row of 7s instead of row of 5s.
Oh, that's interesting. I was just at Cosmo today. Funny enough, I was staring at
Did you look at the diamonds?
I was obsessed with changing my horn layout.
Right.
I really like how theirs is and Durango's, but I'll start paying attention because I think BRB also brought this up about the 5 versus 7
Right.
and how they are, which I don't pay attention to a lot.
Well, you should. So Ed, back where you are in Biloxi, they're all 7, isn't it?
I haven't seen any 5s down here.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you. I don't even freaking look, to be honest with you, but I haven't noticed any. I think they're all 7s.
Yeah. I think you'd notice when you threw the dice, if they act a little abnormal from when you normally throw them. Yeah. Because it'll affect.
So the preference would be 7 because
Correct.
the difference between the pips or the corners of those diamonds are closer and don't affect the dice as much as the 5s.
That's correct. Because the 5s, they're wider. The diamonds themselves are a little wider than they would be on the row of 7s. And they just don't mesh as well as the 7th row of 7s.
That surprises me. I would assume that it would be the 5s would be more ideal because you'd have.
It's a wider space between the points.
So I wonder if he and Mile High up there in Denver, if he's experiencing 5 rows of 5 versus 7s. It's
been a couple of years since I've been to Blackhawk, but I didn't notice any 5s there 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So 5s make it more theoretically, more random.
I would say so.
Mm.
I like
Yeah,
the
but you
7.
want, the thing people don't understand is those top 5 rows of those diamonds, they're there for looks because you only want to hit 3 or below, either first, second, or at the most the third row of those diamonds anyway on your tiles. You don't want to hit the top of them damn things.
Well, that's true, but we're talking about the width of the diamond and so forth. The construction of it. It's just the dice will behave better on the row of 7s, in my opinion.
Next, since I just mentioned BRB, might as well go to a little text question I got from him. Okay, he's in a little crew out there on the East Coast. They play over at Foxwoods. He says the Diamond Setters, that's what their crew are.
The Diamond Setters?
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. That's a good name. The Diamond Setters tried playing as a team on a $50 table.
Ooh.
Each put up 500 and one bet on 6 and 8, one bet 4 and 5, and one bet 9 and 10. At the end, we each made $20. Any suggestions on team play? With lower bankroll, it's hard to play alone. Thank you.
Well, first of all, congratulations on winning.
Yes, exactly.
Right. We don't talk about like playing as a team much.
I don't like where people combine a bankroll. I don't like that, so I don't do it. I don't mind playing with teams, but I like to control my own bankroll and not a third or a fourth of everybody's bankroll. I've only seen one good team before, and it was a guy and his buddy, and they played at the Strat. They was on a crapless table, and one played 2 through 6, and the other one played 8 through 12. And so they played it the way they played it, and they made money. But I'm not a big fan of taking a bankroll and putting it in a pile, then splitting it. I mean, how many people did he say you had?
I think they might have 3.
All right, so they had $1,500 on a $50 bankroll or $50 table. So that's
maybe it was 4, but I'm assuming I think it's 3 minimum.
Even 2,000 is skinny on a $50 minimum table.
Man, you're right.
You got $300 at risk, right? On each roll of the dice. 300.
That's a lot.
20.
I mean, that's betting skinny. You better be good.
Well, okay, yeah, with a lower bankroll, he says it's hard to play alone, but still, you still end up having to split that however many ways your team is.
Yeah.
Well, true.
One guy could have lost $200, the other guy could have made $600, and they still got to split the 300.
If you're playing on a team, though, Bo, did you ever play on a team? Because I feel like
a couple times
everyone needs to trust each other regardless and not be blaming the other guys on like, why are you doing this? Why aren't you doing this? Why don't you have this covered?
Well, the problem is you got the guy, there's different ways of doing it. I was on a team one time where one person controlled, basically all the big bets. And if he makes a mistake, doesn't make it at the right time or just works out a protocol, then you've got a problem. And then you got to divide it by all these other people. I just don't, I'm with it. I don't like team play at all. Because, a lot of people, they say they'd like to shoot the dice, but they can't bet. They want to focus on their shooting. Well, I like to bet and shoot. If I was just shooting and depended on somebody else to bet for me, I would lose it because I'd be thinking that, if they made it, did a wrong move. In other words, they wouldn't do it the same way I would do it. Or if Ed was the same situation, he may, instead of taking it, he may press it, whatever, you know what I mean? So you need to work your toss and your betting into the whole repertoire of what you're doing to keep yourself in the moment, I think. But I don't like team play at all. I'm with Ed.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
You would just have to have total trust into, all right, this guy's just betting.
Well, what you need, everybody's got to have a job. If you're going to do that kind of deal, everybody's got to have a job. You got a shooter, you got a primary bettor, which is what he just mentioned a minute ago. And then you got a couple of guys that are acting goofy because they're making small bets and just kind of hanging out like they're not part of the group. And then you got to have a distractor. And so the guy that's distractor, he's got to be funny. He's got to be rah-rahing the dealers and making the small bets as possible and a couple of dealer bets. And he just said, he's basically acting like he's drunk, but he's not drunk. He's there being a distractor. And you've got all these different interactions you got to have. And if you don't have the right combination, you're not going to make any money.
Yeah, it's true.
I just feel like the best way to be a team is one guy, they don't really question the other person. That's not like, listen, you're in charge and I'm not going to micromanage you. It's kind of like a company. I don't want to micromanage people, and then you just deal with it. I feel like craps players would be second guessing everyone and, blaming people for, well, you could have done this and this, because that's what I feel like craps is all about. Everyone's got like, well, you could have done this if I did this, and then if you did this.
Then you end up losing friends. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you just got to take the, like, when I played with the very few times and you lose your bankroll when you're part of a team, you just got to chalk it up for like, well, part of being a teammate. You got to definitely got to take the bad.
Jen, imagine this. Say you and I went out and we teamed up.
Oh, dude. Okay.
We teamed up. Okay, check this out.
I feel like you would not like it.
Okay, but, you're the one that's not going to like it.
Oh, no.
Okay, we teamed up and you got all this money out there. Okay, midnight rolls. I call my bets off and I'm in charge of the money. And now you roll two other numbers. You got through my red alert and you rolled two other numbers that you should have got paid for, but you didn't get paid because I turned the bets off. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think
that's why you're better. A team of one, I like.
But Bo, if we went in there, one thing is that I'm not a little bitch as far as I'm accepting.
Well, you might be when I get done with you.
Because I think a big part of that is accepting the rules beforehand. These are the rules. Cool. I know the rules. It's like when I was living with my parents. Francis, you can't do this. You can't do that. You got to be home. Okay. It's your house, your rules. I got it. Cool. We're done. I'll just abide by the rules, right? So if those are the rules, what's the point of bitching at it? I just be like, all right, Bo, next time I'm in charge of the bets and let's see how it goes. And you can't say anything, which would be fun to do, but I'd just focus in on, yeah, good job. I hope your bets made money.
True. The group of one, you have much better control of everything, good, bad, or indifferent.
I mean, that's why I like playing with my own bankroll with a group of shooters.
Sure. And you manage your own money.
You just it's my money. It's my fault if I miss bet. It's not their fault. It's not my fault that they threw a 7, but I had $800 sitting out there, whatever. So the $50 table, though, brings it in. I understand why they're trying to do this, because they're at a $50 table. What I would suggest probably is build your bankroll a little higher, because you're going to need more money in that corporate pool, if you want to call it that. And then start out with your best guy that can throw 6s and 8s, and start out there with a $60 6 and 8. Get a couple of hits there if you can. Maybe then iron cross it. Whatever you're going to do something to get some more numbers covered. But you got to be real careful on a $50 table with a small buy-in like that.
And it is a small buy-in in a $50 game. So in my mind, you can't cover all the numbers. So I'm with Ed. Start out with the 6 and 8. Get your 6 and 8 shooter up there. He hits 6 and 8s. No other bets are on the table. There's no reason to put another bet on the table because he hasn't hit any other numbers. So now all of a sudden, say he throws 3 or 4 6s and 8s, boom, 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 boom. And now we have no other money out there. Now he throws a 10. Well, then slide a $50 bet on the 10. Bet what's in the moment, bet what's rolling. And then maybe only do 3 or 4 bets, not the whole board, only bet what's rolling. And then if the number 10 isn't hitting, the 9 starts hitting, move it over to the 9.
Yeah, I would say they've got too many people betting too many numbers.
Exactly, especially ones that aren't rolling.
Because at max, they got a $2,000 bankroll between them. They've got to keep it 2 main numbers and ultimately maybe 3. So you got 50% of the board covered and you're trying to cover some money. That's it. That's as far as
you got a pass line. Say the points in 9, you got a 6 and 8, and there's your 3 numbers.
Yeah. Well, maybe the shooter's just doing a pass line. He's not doing any of the other bets, and some other guy's coming in next to him and betting 6 and 8.
6 and 8. But that's about the only way you could do it.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, if he gets on fire and lights it up, it doesn't matter. You could go in with a $200 bankroll, and if he catches an hour roll, it's a moot point, right?
Yep.
But how often do you see that? Not very often.
It's rare. It's rare.
Yeah, but in general, your teammates have to be grown-ups, and almost accept a loss before it even starts. Like, worst case scenario, are you cool with potentially me being in charge of bets and losing your money? Because if you're not, then we can't do it. Because I honestly think the biggest problem is going to be people looking at you like either blaming a shooter or getting mad or just being bitches. Essentially, you just got to accept all of the risk, which there's a lot. The team lost the money, not you for your bet or what you didn't bet or the fact that you 7'd out in 3 rolls. That's what I think. I think that's going to be the biggest potential. problem.
If it were a $25 table, they might go 110 inside. Now you got a $50 table, you got 120 sitting on two numbers. I mean, it's yeah. So you gotta play careful.
Very careful.
That's tough to make that work. All right, listen, here's a question. Ed, you don't know this kid. His handle's Milky.
Milky?
Bo, I don't even know this. I forget his name. All right. So you guys remember names, Bo. I remember handles.
I know.
Remember when he was out with Birdman for that lesson?
Okay.
Do you remember Birdman?
I remember Birdman,
Yeah.
of course.
Milky and Mickelson, the really tall guy.
Okay.
Anyway, Milky's question is this, okay? He says, I'm not sure if this has ever come up in conversation, which it has, but why were handles created for craps players? Was it to hide their identity? I don't know. I mean, it was, right?
Yes.
Well, back in the par days, when Jerry Patterson and so forth was in, yeah, that was basically to hide your identity. And they, my handle with them was bodacious. There you go.
But why? Did they not have player cards?
Oh, they had player
You didn't
cards.
use them. You didn't use them.
And I don't know if you knew this, Ed, but in the par days, he had this little pennant that you put on your shirt that said par. And
You could recognize a fellow student or
exactly.
player.
But the problem is, and it started catching on at the casinos, they figured it out.
Yeah, they figured
you
it out.
guys
real
are all
quick.
together. You got the same pennant on, right? So you're in the
Yep.
same club.
So,
So
Bo,
that-
when were the par days then? What years?
2000, 198, 199, 2000.
Oh, interesting. And the par days, for people that don't know what the par days refer to,
Patterson Rhythm Rollers.
which were essentially, were they the first shooters then?
No, I doubt
No.
it. That's when Chris Palicki came up.
That all came out of-
2002, he wrote that book, Get the Edge. And actually, Get the Edge is a great book because it goes really in depth on the mechanics and stuff. I think he goes into depth in mechanics in that book more than anybody else. And it's still available at Amazon. So,
The game has changed. The tables have changed.
oh, yeah.
So who were the first?
Way back in the caveman days when they were rolling bones, baby.
No, but who were the first dice influencers or dice controllers? Who were they?
You're talking to one of them.
I
over
know, but who was? Bo, were you guys the first ones? There had to be people before you guys. Were there?
Not that I know of. I don't know that. If they're listening to the podcast, tell them to send us an email.
So
They're too old to hook up the email machine.
when do you think, when did dice influence become recognized as a thing?
Well, it really caught on around 2000, 1999, right in there.
Yeah. A few years after the internet, when they figured out how to make bulletin boards, the old bulletin boards and that kind of thing, that's kind of when it kind of became popularized right there. So say 98 to 2001. And that area, that
Exactly.
4 years right in there is when DI became a popular thing.
If you had the credit, Bo, who were the original pioneers of it?
Oh, Sharpshooter was really the one I know that he was really good. Did you ever meet Sharpshooter, Ed?
No, I did not. That's Chris Paulicki.
Yeah, Chris Palicki. Yeah, he's an engineer by trade. Really a nice guy. Like I said, he really goes into depths on the mechanics, but he had a really nice toss, and he did good most of the time, just like all the rest of us, right?
Yep.
Man, what a perfect name for one of the first guys, right? What a perfect handle.
Sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was the one who did the pendulum swing, 45-degree angle into a traditional felt table. All that's changed now.
That will not work right now.
Unless you're on a traditional felt table. And then you still need to be shooting.
Well, you got to be
opinion.
dead nuts on. You got to be dead on.
You got to be shooting from the deck, or you're going to introduce too many variables.
Exactly.
In my opinion. But he was the one who came up with that. He's the one that taught that shot to, dare I say it? The
Dominic Lorigio.
Dominic Lorigio.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So I don't like the backswing part,
Hate it. I hate it.
the pendulum, but you can create your own pendulum from shooting from the deck without all that because there's too many You're right. Too many variables added to it.
You ever see that movie, The Pit and the Pendulum? Ed has, I bet.
Yeah, I think so.
It's Vincent Price.
Vincent Price.
Vincent Price was cool. Bo, here's another question. This one's from Birdman. Birdman actually sent in a few. I'm going to pepper these in throughout the
Pepper 'em in?
conversation. Yeah. He was like, what is the largest amount that Bo has personally bought in for at a craps table? A full-length extended version of this podcast is available exclusively on our Patreon page. New episodes drop weekly every Tuesday. We hope you enjoyed this podcast and will tell all of your fellow craps-playing friends about it. Please follow Casino Tears on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. If you like the show, please rate it 5 stars and leave a review. The best and most fun way to contact us would be to call and leave a message on our official Casino Tears vent line, 229-NO7. You can also email us at no7@casinotears.com. And lastly, to help support this podcast, you can visit our Patreon at patreon.com/casinotears. On behalf of Roll to Win Craps from Alabama and 10 Ton is number 1 from Las Vegas, thanks for listening.